Hello, we are taking example for Algebra 2, lesson 13.3, the base E, question number 15, page 677. It's talking about the population, the initial population for 4,700 in 1954, and the growth rate and the ratio was given by 1984. It increased to 472,000. Giving the growth function for pt equal the initial value, which is a or b0, multiply e power 0.154 multiply t. The question here, it's you have to be careful about the question. It's asking how many years the growth, how many years after the 1984. So remember, the initial value starts from 1954, but the question is asking how many years after the 1984 to increase the population to 25 mil. So there will be additional calculation at the end you have to do to determine how many years after 1984. So by giving this information, we know as a fact we have the initial value P0 equal A, which is equal to 4,700 in 1984. So, and the second value, to see how many years, the second value, which is 1984 minus 1954, give us 30 years. That means the P30 equal 472,000. That's the information from the question. We have to be careful about the question. It says how many years after the 1984. It's not after the initial value. The initial value is 1954, so there will be additional calculation to do that. There's two ways to calculate that. We'll talk about at the end. The function we talk about, this is from the question. So by giving the 25 mil, so we need to know how many years from the initial value that will take for that population to increase to 25 mil. So we replace PT with 25 mil equal 4,700 e power 0.154 t. We divide both sides by 4,700. That will give us 5,319.15. So the e power 0.154 give us 1.1665 power t. To determine the value of t, we can do t equal log 5,319.15 divided by log 1.1665. That will give us an estimate of number of years of 55.71. We do the rounding, it's going to be 56 years. So from the initial year, which is 1954, we add 56 years. That will give us 2010. In 2010, that's the expected estimation of population to increase to 25 mil. But 56 years does not satisfy the question. So the question asks after the 1984, not after the 1954. So that means the 56 years is from the initial year, which is the 1954. So to calculate how many years from the 1984, we can do it by 56 minus 30. So that will give us 26 years. Or another way to calculate that. So why did we say minus 30? We did minus 30 because the difference between 1984 and 1954 is 30 years. So we subtract the 30 years from the answer, which is the 56 years. That will give us 26 years. Another way to calculate that, so it says how many years after the 1984, we can subtract the 2010 minus 1984. that will give us 26 years. Or we can do the other option we just talked about. It's 56 years minus 30 years equal 26 years, which is give us the same value, the same answer. So that's all for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.